Okay, so let's finish up this question on break-even analysis. So in the previous video we ended on break-even point in sales value. So today we want to finish it up to on the last part of this question, which says determine the number of units that needs to be produced and sold to achieve a target profit of 18,005 max. So let's finish up this part. Okay. How do you calculate a question like that one? So on the previous one, we ended on break-even point in value. So break-even point in value is always is got two ways in which you can calculate it. Okay, 270,000. So we have two ways in which we can calculate it. The break-even point in value. We have, so let me calculate this same amount using a different, before we start answering the question for today, let me calculate this same amount using a different way. Okay, the same question 3 using a different way. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to say that the break-even point, I just want to show us how we can calculate break-even point in value using different ways, so that we pick the simplest of them all. Okay, so this is what we can do. We can actually say that fixed costs, divided by contribution per unit, fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Now we can actually come and say multiplied by selling price. We'll get the same answer. So what we have is this 72,000 multiplied by 30, but then we divide by contribution per unit, which is 8. So what do we get when we say 72,000 divided by 30? Okay, so 72,000 divided by or multiplied by 30, we get to 2160,123. We divide by 8. Divide by 8, which is our contribution. So when we divide by 8, which was our contribution, this is what we are going to get. We are going to get exactly the same amount, 270,000. So this is another way in which we can calculate the break-even point in value. Oh, the same question 3. Break-even point in value should not be a problem. You can actually just say break-even point. I'm addressing the question we previously calculated on calculating the break-even point in value. So break-even point in value, you can calculate it in 3 ways. So now I'm actually addressing those ways, so that we go to the last question, which talks about targeted profit. Can just be there as break-even point. We can just say break-even point in units. Since we already calculated the break-even point in units, you multiply by the selling price, you get the same answer. we will get the same answer. So what we had as break-even point in units was 9,000 multiplied by 30, which was the selling price. We still get the same 270,000. So these are different ways in which you can calculate your break-even point. Your break-even point in units. Your break-even point in value. Okay. So now these are 3 different ways you can calculate a break-even point in value. Okay. Let me put a K here. Right. So now let's address our question let's address the question for determining the number of units to be produced for them to reach at a profit of 18,000. This one is the simplest question. So this is what we do. Okay. This is what we are going to do. Well, this is what we're going to do. Okay, let me address this question here. Let me address it from here, which is question number 4. So they want targeted units. So targeted units for them to make the profit they want will actually be equal to fixed cost will be equal to fixed cost plus, so say fixed cost plus targeted profit. We have been given the profit they want to achieve, divided by contribution per unit. We come here and write our fixed cost, 72,000 we were given the question, plus our targeted profit we were given 18,000 in the question, divide by contribution per unit, which is 8. This will be 90,000 divided by 8, which will give us so 90,000 divided by 8, 90,000 divided by 8 will give us 11,250 units. So these are the targeted units. These are the units they should produce for them to reach that profit that they want. So this is the end of that question. Break-even point, break-even analysis, the simplest topic you can ever have in the exam. And whenever it comes, please be able to get it right by understanding these 3 hints. Hint number 1 is that find the correct variable cost per unit. Don't just get that one which is written variable cost. Variable cost has got 3 things: direct material, direct labor, and variable overhead. You add them, that's a variable cost. Then find the correct contribution. Once you get variable cost correct, everything you'll be we can guarantee you that you're going to get everything correct, because break-even point in units has a contribution per unit. So immediately you get it wrong here, you get this wrong, you get contribution wrong, the break-even point will be wrong, this one will be wrong. Everything that you're going to do on break-even point analysis will be wrong if you don't get correct contribution. And contribution can be wrong if your variable cost per unit was wrong. Get this hint number 1. Variable cost per unit has got 3 things. Alright, so I'm Dr. Consistency from CourseMate Tutorials. I invite you for extra lessons. We do offer extra lessons from first year up to third year in different courses that you may be taking. So do join our extra lessons so that we guide you in academics and you'll be able to handle these exams with less difficulties. Alright, until then, if you have a question, do inbox me on WhatsApp. I'll put the contact on the description. I'll solve that question and make a video, and then I'll be able to post it here for you. Bye.